everybody. So over the years of my teaching experience with the standardized exams, GMAT, GRE, SAT, I have often had people who have studied by themselves for a couple of months, who had all the books that are published by the official guides, and then after a lot of studying and hard work, they still didn't get the score that they wanted. And then they would come to me and they would ask why do I need to have this tutoring, or why do I need this help? And the thing is that you need to know not just the material, not just the high school material that you're tested on, you need to know also how the exams work, and you need some special tricks and tips that will help you get faster when you solve the questions, and solve questions that other people would skip. So let's go over one other question like this so that you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Here's the question. What is the product of the greatest two-digit multiple of 7 and the greatest two-digit prime number? So when you read through the question, first some people are even confused with the wording of the question. We're talking about the product of two numbers. So you will have one number multiplied by another number, and the question is asking what this product is. So let's read carefully. The greatest two-digit multiple of 7. So you're looking for the greatest number which is smaller than 100, which is a multiple of 7. If you don't know it off the top of your head, you can just count up for this one. So for example, you know that 70 is divisible by 7. This one is easy to figure out. It's just 70 divided by 7 is 10. And then from here count up. So the next one will be 77. Then afterwards will be 84. Then we'll have 91. And then afterwards will be 98. So the greatest two-digit multiple of 7 will be 98. And then we also need to know the greatest two-digit prime number. This is also tricky. You would know this unless you have studied the prime numbers by heart. And I recommend my students to learn the first 100, the prime numbers up to 100 by heart. Okay, so if you study these numbers, you know that the greatest two-digit prime number is 97. So we're looking for the multiplication of 98 times 97. So at this point, this will be also a good point for you to check up on your basic multiplication and division skills. On the GMAT, for example, you are not allowed to use a calculator, and it is amazing how many students I have to go through basic multiplication with just because they never have to use this. Let's leave this for a little bit later. I'll show you a trick first. So when you multiply 8 times 7, you know it's 56, this ends in 6. When you scan through your answer choices, there's only one answer choice that ends in 6, so it has to be this one, it has to be number C. And it is very important to keep track of any way that you can save time, because you only have about 2 minutes per question. So if you can save time, if you can spare yourself the calculation, then go ahead and use the shortcut. Okay? So for the benefit of those of you who have forgotten how to do multiplication, let's quickly go ahead and do this. So there are also different ways of doing this in the American high school education system. I know it's written out in a separate way. I'm sticking to the European one here. So 7 times 8 is 6 and 5 carry. 7 times 9 is 63 plus 5 carry will be 68. Then you do plus, and you do the so-called staircase. And now we look at the decimal. So it means that here, the number here stays, you can either write a 0 or you can keep it blank. So 9 times 8 is 72. So you write a 2 and a 7 over. 9 times 9 is 81 plus 7 is 88. And then you add these two numbers up. Here you have to be careful that you put the number exactly one below each other so that you don't shift. If you shift, you might end up adding up the wrong numbers together. So 8 plus 2 is 0 and again 1 carry. 6 plus 8 is 4 and 1 is 5. And then here 1 plus 8 plus 9, which gives us the same answer as number C. There are a lot of other tricks and tips like this, so I hope that I'll be able to show you some more of those. Thank you for your attention. Bye.